Hey everyone, Mike from EdTech Creative. In this video, we're going to take a look at a feature of Google that's not as well known as other features, and that is Google Tasks. Google Tasks is something that just got an update, so if you have updates pushed to you, then it's going to look a lot nicer. So I'm going to start you off in the old version of Tasks, and then at the end we'll show you what the new version of Tasks look like. So Tasks is basically something that's built into Google that sets reminders for you to do various things. So in order to create a task within Google, you need to go to your Gmail. And living in Gmail here, it's kind of hidden. If you hover over on the left side where it says Mail, and you click on the arrow, the drop-down arrow, you can go to Contacts or you can go to Tasks. So when you click on Tasks, it's going to open up this little box down here on the bottom of the screen, and this is where you just create your lists of things that you want to remember, like a to-do list. So let's just say I'm going to type in get milk. So that is a task that I have created for myself. You see that there are various things that we can do with this. If we click on the Actions button, we can email it or print it, indent, things like that, some formatting. We can delete, and we can also refresh, rename the list and things like that. So there are some options, but it's a very, very basic type of service. If I click on the arrow next to the get milk, I can set a due date for that milk. So let's say that I want to get milk on, let's just say tonight, May 11th. I can do that. And then I click back to the list. So it's going to say get milk Friday, May 11th, 2018. So that lives there. And if I ever need to access it, then I would go back to Mail and go to Tasks, and then this would pop up. So that's the first way to get to Tasks. The second way to get to Tasks is through a mail message within Gmail. So let's say that I click on this email, which is from Adam, about us presenting this summer at a Google Extravaganza. And I want to make sure that I add this to my tasks because we have to prepare now 3 presentations for this conference in July. So I've got my email open and I say, okay, I need to remember this, so I'm going to add this to my tasks. So within Gmail, if I go up here to the More and click the button, there's an option to add to tasks. So when I click that, looks familiar, pops up, but it automatically added my email attached to the task. It automatically put it in there. So then I can click on the options here and I can change the due date. Let's say this is for mid-July. So let's say that by July 2nd, I want to make sure that I have presentations complete. You'll also notice that it does say that there is an email related to this task. That is one benefit from creating a task within an email. So then I go back to list and you can see that it has put that in my tasks. So those are 2 simple ways of creating a task in Google Tasks. Just to kind of give you a preview of what the new version looks like, first I have to convert my inbox back to the new version of Gmail. And for those of you that may not know that, sometime in early May, the Gmail interface updated. So if you want to see if you have it available, if you click on Settings, it'll say try and then whatever domain you're in, Mail. So if I click on that, it's going to relaunch Gmail into its new interface, which is very, very nice looking. It's very, very graphically appealing. You'll notice that it looks different, but it's clean. You notice attachments are in here, and things that are attached to these emails show up as little areas that we can click on to open. So tasks now, if you look to the right here, live over here in this little sidebar. So if I click on tasks now, it's going to load up the new Google Tasks. And then I can see my task. And notice get milk and submission accepted are already on there because I added them with this account. So you can see that they're making strides in trying to make things more appealing and more functional. And this is one example of how Google is kind of an ever-changing, ever-evolving type of product. So that's Google Tasks. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email at mike@edtechcreative.com.